Javier, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me for Brownsville Bred. Let me tell you, I talked to Elaine yesterday, and as well as your on-screen daughter, Natalia, and it brought me so much joy, and I couldn't be more excited to chat with you. My on-screen tocayo, because of course, I'm Manny as well. Tell me a little bit about playing Manny, because it's a very complex character, and I was very happy to see it in a way represented on screen.
Oh, right. Thank you so much. I can start off by saying that the role when I first met. Oh, I should hit this, right? This isn't okay. It's being recorded. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I did all my pressed all my buttons here. It's been a minute since I've done a Zoom. Um, I should start off by saying that I was terrified of this character when I first read the script and I met with Elaine. I understood the weight of this, that the importance of this story to her, that of this production, of making this film, what it meant to her, and I could feel the responsibility of portraying the her father and this relationship, and that I would be working my director, my script writer, my everything in this was going to be her story, so I felt the immense responsibility of it, and I was very scared of it, and I'm very much in a mode most of the time to say yes to the things that scare me the most and lean into them, and I'm so grateful I did. He's so much love, and he is so in her journey. He's so pivotal, and he's so important in her life and her development as a woman, as an artist. And I could feel that every day on set and in my conversations with Elaine. And anytime we shot a scene and I got a thumbs up from her or some positive word, I felt like, whew, like just that relief of great, he actually made so much sense to me, though, as a musician, as an artist, as someone living with HIV, as someone struggling with the weight, especially at that time when it wasn't so received as it is now, and treatment was a whole different thing. I mean, he really was carrying so much, and I understood that inherently and in my bones, and his love of music, and so it really was an opportunity to celebrate all these things that are very familiar to me and bring them right to this character, but really feeling the weight and the responsibility to make sure that Elaine was proud. Always, always. The most important thing to me was her.
See, there's a lot in that when I watched the movie, it broke me for a bit because I have a 14-year-old daughter. And there was a time and place in my life when she was I think she was like first grade.
Yeah.
There was nights where she was eating and I wasn't because we were financially not great.
Yes.
She will probably, unless she watches this interview, she'll probably never know that. And she won't know about a lot of the things that I made sure she was comfortable. She thought the world of me. She still does. We have an amazing relationship. We're great now.
That's
But
beautiful.
so to see Manny in the film and then kind of see it evolve and see what it turned into, I was I was it was a lot.
Yeah,
So
I
thank
can
you for that.
imagine, especially as a parent. I mean, there's no way you can't get swept up in that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I do want to ask about the way that Elaine said she discovered you, which was through an Instagram post where you decided to sing on the subway. Tell me a little bit about that post.
Well, it's really bizarre. Like we had been sort of initial steps already in talks about this film, and I don't know, but for me, if I end up in a subway car by myself in here in New York City, I start singing. I mean, because it's what I do. So I just like literally popped on my Instagram and popped on the camera, and it was a post of just me saying, you know, when you're alone in a streetcar, in a subway car, in the subway, what do? You sing, and I just started singing. And so, and I think for her it was such a thing, that a connection to her dad. You know, her father's love, Manny's love of music. Music was so prominent in her upbringing and in their home and in their lives because of him. So I think for her it was kind of a confirmation of like, I think I got the right guy, you know?
100%. And then also tell me about your emotions during the church scene, because she was telling me that you guys took it. It was one shot, and it was like, we're good. We are good. So tell me about maybe prepping for that, or what it was like for you to shoot that.
Wow, you know, I'm actually getting emotional just thinking about it, because the song is, first of all, Edwin is an unbelievable songwriter, and his music is so, his heart is so open, and who he is as a human being. He just, his love enters the room before he does, you know, he's that guy. So his music is beautiful, and that's an understatement. It just is moving. I can't listen to anything that he's written and not just have the music take me and do most of the work for me. So the song itself was so beautiful, and I spent so much time learning it to really master the I don't English is my first language. I'm not completely fluent in Spanish, and really wanted to wrap my whole body around these lyrics and really own them and know them. And so the work was, I mean, it was about 2 months of rehearsal of that song, of breaking it down, just first getting it into my mouth and in my body, in pronunciation, in fluid, in his cadence, right? Because there's a beautiful cadence to this song, and I wanted to really land all of those pieces of the song itself. So it was about 2 months of work on that, so that when we got to that moment, I could just be in it emotionally, not thinking about anything technically. I'd grown so close with Natalia. She is such a beautiful light. Her and her mother, we ended up sharing an Airbnb in Puerto Rico when we were shooting there, and so we got really close. They're so beautiful, and so it was one of those moments where, as an actor, it's not difficult. I don't have to substitute. I don't have to make Natalia somebody else, you know, some other family or some other person to evoke the emotion. I adored her, I adored her mother, and so it was really easy to sing to her and just let it all come out. But this is also one of those moments where my connection with Elaine was so vital. My respect for her, I mean, deep respect, admiration for her, and the honoring of her story and their relationship together, Manny and her, and her and her father. It just all had to be layered into that. And I knew, you know, in preparation, for me as an actor, I have to really drop down into it, and I've got to make sure I'm accessing the emotion. And so it takes me a while to keep dropping down into it. And so I was doing that the whole day, right until we got to, because we shot that at night. So I was just dropping into my heart the whole day to just make it open, be open. And so it was one take. It was one take for that number, and it was everything you saw. I mean, it was everything you saw, the tears, all that emotion. It was just all that coming out.
That's that's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. And I mean, just if you got to prepare that much for the song, the part that was just the riveting part of the whole story, of course, that phone call. Um, Mentally, how did you prepare for that? And then being able to deliver that, because that was a lot.
It was a lot. Yes, yes, it was a lot. You know, I just had to be honest that the scene she wrote was beautiful, but I live with this, right? So the connection in terms of where I needed to emotionally go to access these feelings of these expressions that I needed these words I needed to express and say to my daughter in the scene. And I just needed to bear myself. And that is acting, right? That's what we do. It's taking our lived experience and applying it to these characters in these moments, and allowing the emotion to just be there. So at that point, I'd become so close with the crew, with Elaine, with our production team, with all, it was such a family to me. I felt like we were just, everyone was so wonderful, so beautiful, so giving, so dedicated, that it felt so safe to just let it all open in that space. And the work was not a lot of preparation. It was, as an actor, just allowing myself to be as vulnerable as I can possibly be.
Man, I'm getting yesterday too with Elaine. It was just getting a little emotional, just getting to talk with you guys, and remembering the film and how I'm able to connect with it. It's why I love movies.
That's beautiful.
So
That's beautiful.
before I break down in tears, what is one thing that you're gonna finally? What is one thing, or some things, whichever you prefer, that you're gonna take away from your work on this project personally?
I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could meet the moment. I second guessed and doubted myself a lot. And I think what I'm taking away is courage, real courage that I gained in saying yes to something that really scared me. And because I got so close with Elaine, I really feel proud of the work we did, and I'm taking away a new level of it's not even integrity. It's just something that lives in my bones now. And I think courage is the best, closest word I can think of. But I grew. I pushed myself and I grew with this. So I'm taking, besides all the friendships, besides this beautiful relationship with Elaine and everyone involved. That's another gift. But I'm really taking a courage from this that's just stronger.
Javier, this is the best part of what I get to do in my job, is I get to now look at you via Zoom and say, thank you for the role. Thank you for the film. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for the interview. So
Oh,
I
that's beautiful.
appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's really beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you have a good one, and I can't wait to see you on our next project.